You've got some real concerns about Bitcoin, Matt, and you say that this is something that Washington needs to get up to speed on really quickly.
Well, I don't have concerns because I think that Bitcoin to me is a canary in the coal mine of what we're going to face over the next 10 years or 20 years, which is cyber currency. And whether or not Bitcoin lasts, there's lots of questions about whether or not, because of their algorithms and whether or not they can last over the course of the long haul. Cyber currency is here to stay, and somebody is going to be the next Bitcoin, the next Bitcoin, the next Bitcoin, and our monetary policy is going to be in shambles if that happens.
What does the Bitcoin lobby wind up looking like? And what I mean by that is, what does the virtual currency lobby look like a couple of years down the road if we do get all these players?
Well, obviously the thing they're going to have to answer is they've operated mostly in the dark, and they've been successful mostly in the dark. Will they stay in the dark and sort of all these creations, and then they come and go, and what people do, and how they trade and buy and sell this online? Or will they come out in the open? At some point, I think the critical mass is going to reach a point on cyber currency that they're going to come out in the open, and then the politicians, there's no going back at that point. The horse is out of the barn. There's no going back.
Well, China moved very quickly to ban it from financial transactions.
But we're not China.
We're not China, but mainly as a concern that it's become a means of transferring funds. Would the U.S. move in that direction at one point?
Well, the problem that you ultimately have is, like Vegas, is that the governments all depend on getting their share of the take. They get their share of the take of any transaction, whether it's a payroll transaction, an economic transaction, a purchase transaction. If cyber currency builds in momentum, how does government get its share of the take in order to build roads, to support government and all that? And that's ultimately a huge part of the problem. I think 10 years from now, the government is going to actually get in bed with the cyber currency folks, because it's the only way it's going to work.
You're still trying to figure out LIBOR, FX.
So there is going to be a Bitcoin lobby.
Virtual currency on there as well, right?
We are going to see a Bitcoin lobby then. All right.